Hello you guys, welcome back to another vlog. I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm gonna do like a bookish reading type vlog, and what a better way to start out like a reading book vlog by being at the library. We're at the, what library is this about?
Los Angeles Public Library.
LA Public Library, the one that's in downtown. Sorry, he's holding my camera for me. And I'm gonna try and get a library card, even though I'm not a resident of LA, but I'm gonna say I am. And if not, we'll use Michael's. But yay, let's go get a library card. Oh, it's very cute. You can't even hear me. Here's the library. Okay, so we asked you fill out the application on the computer, I guess. So we'll do that. You actually don't even need to live in LA. You just need a California ID to get a license. To get a library card. So I got mine. I'm so excited. Here's the directory. I don't even know what this. I'm not gonna check out any books. I just honestly wanted it for like Libby and to be able to use like the e-services. But let's take a look around since we're already here. Fiction is what I need.
Science, technology, and social science.
Fiction, because I just wanna. Maybe I'll check out a book. Maybe I won't.
That's it. Aquarium for a second.
He's obsessed with fish. Okay, let's go. Michael's currently in the fish store, so I'm waiting for him. I'm gonna do a little haul of the books. I honestly wasn't even gonna get anything because I really just wanted access to Libby. The county I live in does not have access to Libby. They use something else called Cloud Library. So if the county you live in does not, or the library that you use doesn't have access to Libby, try that. Or look on your library's website. Normally it'll tell you like what e-materials they have access to. I feel like I'm saying it a million times, but my library uses Cloud Library and I do really like it. I've read a lot of books on there, but I feel like the catalog is not very large. I know it depends on the library that you go to, but I also really just wanted an LA one because I'm like, county's a lot bigger, there's a lot more people, there should be a lot more access to books, so that's why I wanted Libby through them. Also just because I haven't been able to use Libby before, and I was like, I really just want it for that. But then I was walking through, they have like a popular book section, and I was walking through it, and there was a lot of like new ones, like everything that's been released since probably like summer of last year, so within the past year, and I was like, maybe I will get one. So the first book I saw that I picked up that I was like, oh, I was intrigued, is this one. It's called It Seemed Like a Good Idea by Lauren Blakely. I don't think I've read anything by her, or I've never heard of this book, but I didn't want to get anything that was like in the middle of a series, or even if it's a companion novel. I'm really weird. I like to read series like from beginning to finish, even if it is just companion novels. So that's a false. There is an Abby Jimenez book that I read, the last one, Just for the Summer is what I think it's called. I read that one. I didn't read the other two in the series, but I read the first one already since then, and I still need to read the second one. Anyways, off track. I got this one. This one was released last month, April 2026. I don't know when you guys are watching this vlog because I'm so far behind, but I got this one. And then I feel like I see this one all over Book Talk, TikTok, social media, and it's called Sounds Like Love, and this is by Ashley, I want to say Ashley Poston. I think her name is kind of blocked here, and it's blocked right here. Actually, it should be inside. No. Yeah, Ashley Poston. And so I got that. And then Abby Jimenez, because I wanted to read this last summer and then I never got it, but it's Sailor Remember Me. I've heard good things, I've heard mixed things, but I love Abby Jimenez. Every book I've read of hers I've liked, so I'm excited to read this one. And then this one, I swear I think I saw on Cloud Library, or I saw it somewhere because I remember this cover. It's called Second Chance Romance. And sorry, I'm not even giving like synopsis of any of these, but basically this one's about high school sweethearts, and then they broke up, and then for some reason in the newspaper there was an obituary written for the guy, so the girl goes back to her hometown to, like, I guess say goodbye, but then she finds out that he's still alive and it's them rekindling the romance. I thought that was really cute, and I don't know if this is supposed to be like plus size love or something like that, but I figured that would be cute. And then this one's called The Dating Prohibition by Taj McCoy. Never read anything by this author, but this one's about, it's like a brother's best friend trope, which we love. So those are the 5 books I got. I'm super excited. I don't know which one I'm gonna read first. I kind of want to read this one or this one first, so we'll see. I am also in the middle of reading another book. Hold on, let me pull it up on my iPad. I'm trying to not care when people are like around me in public, which when I'm in the car I guess it's fine. Currently I am reading, also if you're new to my channel, hey, my name is Jill. I also used to read on my Kindle, but I don't anymore. I use my iPad mini because I just find it so much more convenient personally. I'm currently, where the heck is it? I'm currently reading Hat Trick by Chelsea Curdo. It's this book right here. It's the 4th book, I think, in the, yeah, it is, in the DC Stars series. If you like the Windy City series, if you like the Off Campus series, definitely read this series. It's so good. The first one did take me a little bit. It's called Face Off. There was a little bit of like controversy because the cover for Face Off is very similar to the cover of Heated Rivalry, but it's literally just like a hockey stance. But I believe Face Off came out first. But the series itself is so good. The first book I did enjoy, but the second book, Power Play, that one was like my favorite. And then also the third one, which is called Slapshot, is really good. And I just started Hat Trick yesterday, I believe. So not really that far into. I only read 22 pages. I'm also doing this vlog to try to get me out of a reading slump. So I'm waiting for Michael right now. I'm debating if I want to read this or if I want to read one of the physical books. I don't know. I'm kind of like, okay, well, this one's like relatively short. It's only like 300 pages, 305 pages. So I'm like, I feel like I could finish this fairly quickly. So I think I might start this right now while we're waiting for Michael to finish up in the fish store. And then maybe tonight we can read something on the iPad. I'm literally 3 pages in this. That's when he wants to come out.
What happened?
Okay, hello you guys. It is the next day. It's Memorial Day, but you guys are probably seeing this, I don't even know when. But I am almost done reading this one. It's The Dating Prohibition by Taj McCoy. And I'm not going to give my final thoughts until I'm done reading it, but I just want to check in for the day. This is what I've primarily been reading today. I think I got to like page 80 last night, and then I've pretty switches like to here, and then I'm on page 256. So I only have like less than 50 pages because this book is only like 300 pages. Less than 50 pages left, so I'm going to finish it right now, and then I'll come back and share my thoughts with you guys. But I also read a little bit this morning of Hat Trick by Chelsea Curdo. I think I read like 30 pages of that this morning, and then once I'm done reading this is probably what I'll read. That way I can turn the lights off and kind of read at nighttime because clearly my lights are on. But yeah, I'm gonna finish reading this and then I will give my full review on The Dating Prohibition. Also, if you can see my pillows, none of them have matching pillowcases, so please excuse that. Okay, so I just finished it. Also, side note, I didn't have a bookmark, so I had this magazine and I just cut out this thing of elephants to use as my bookmark, but it's super thin, so it's not the best since I had to really kind of file through the book. Anyways, let me give a quick synopsis real quick of this book. So I'm not going to read what's on the back, but basically this is about a girl named Kendra, and she goes back to her hometown. And she's kind of like not necessarily living in the shadows of her older brother, but her older brother just opened up a restaurant with his wife, and that was her dream. Like this whole, before he even opened it up, that was her dream, and he kind of like did it and was very successful at it. And then also this is a brother's best friend dating trope type thing. So she goes back home. She had just traveled. She had this idea of opening up a speakeasy, and I didn't realize this from just the back of the book, but the main character, Kendra, she's actually half black, a quarter Filipino, and a quarter Thai. And I was like, oh, she's Filipino. So I thought that was so cool because I'm Filipino. So it's always nice, like, when you can kind of like connect with a character in that way. So she's opening up the speakeasy, and it's kind of cool just being Filipino because they talk about some Filipino dishes and things like that. And that was nice. And so the brother's best friend, who's the MMC, he is a professor in, I can't remember what it's called. Basically, I couldn't find exactly what he was a professor for, but basically the book is called The Dating Prohibition because she wants to have her speakeasy in a building that's like historically significant to the Prohibition. And the MMC, BJ, he is a professor and he does his research and teaches kind of about that time. I guess he was like looking at preservation sites for during that time of the Prohibition, and basically they connect so that he can help her find a building that was, you know, significant during the Prohibition, and then it kind of like is about their romance there. And of course, because it's brother's best friend, it's do they date, do they not date type of a thing. And overall, I give this book a 3.5. I did enjoy it, but I will say I don't think that they slept together for like until halfway into the book, and genuinely it kind of just felt like this wasn't really like it was a romance book, but it just didn't really feel like it. Like, I feel like there were some scenes where they were together, but I feel like you didn't really get to see like the relationship bloom, and like it was kind of like they slept together, there was feelings, but then there wasn't, and then there was. But a lot of the book was about her trying to find and start up her speakeasy, which is great. Like, that's a good like story baseline, but I feel like that's kind of what the book was revolving around and not necessarily the romance. I would like to preface this by saying I don't rate books super low often. Most books I would say are about a 3 for me, but I did enjoy parts of this because I feel like I connected with parts of it, and there were parts that were audibly funny and where I audibly laughed, and so that's why I gave it a 3.5. But also because this book was published in October 2025, she mentions TikTok Shop in here. Anytime a book mentions TikTok, I'm kind of like, oh, that's so odd, because I feel like TikTok is still so new, even though it's been around for like 5 or 6 years. Well, more than that, probably like 7 years-ish or so, like 2019, 2018. You can expect it in books because clearly so many books have been written since then, but it's just weird to see it in a book. I don't know if I necessarily would recommend it, just because if you're looking for a romance, I wouldn't suggest it, because it doesn't give much in that sense of like, you know, seeing the relationship build, and then you kind of get to like a climax of that, and then of course it's like the third act breakup, which this kind of did have a third act breakup type thing. It is happily ever after. I just feel like she could have done so much more with the relationship, and it just didn't really do it for me. That's it for tonight. I'm gonna turn off my lights and just hang out and scroll and stuff like that, but anytime I turn up the lights off, I do like to read on my iPad. So I am reading Hat Trick by Chelsea Curto, like I mentioned earlier. This is what the cover looks like. And so this book is basically, it's the 4th book, like I said, in the DC Star series. But the premise of this book is that Riley, who is the MMC, played hockey. He got into a bad accident. He got his leg amputated. And then female main character is named Lexi, and she is the athletic trainer of the Stars hockey team. And it kind of shows like him and his recovery, and then of course their like blooming romance. I'm liking it so far. I'm only like 13, 18? How many percent? 18%. Page 84 of 490. So I'll probably get to like another 20-30 pages of this book tonight, and then tomorrow I'm going to start one of the other books that I got from the library, just because I have limited time with those anyway. I don't know why I just clapped. That's it for tonight. I will check in with you guys tomorrow. I don't know how long this vlog is going to be, but maybe it'll be a few days, and then I can kind of just talk about the books that I've read. I know this lighting is atrocious. My nightlight is on and I'm in bed and my lights are off, but I've been wanting to add this clip to this vlog, so that's why I haven't ended it. It's literally 2 weeks later, and I have finished 3 of the library books that I got earlier in this video. I'm in the middle of one. I'm in the middle of this one, Second Chance Romance. I think I did talk about The Dating Prohibition. After that, I read, let me check, because now I can't remember because I have the worst memory. It's hard because I read like 2 or 3 books at a time. After that, I read, It Seemed Like a Good Idea. I'll put a picture of what that looks like because it's all the way over there and I'm not going up to get that. But that one was so cute. I didn't realize it was like a bodyguard trope. I've never read like a bodyguard trope. So this book was actually very cute. I gave it 3.75 stars. I did really enjoy it. So it's basically about this girl named Ripley, and she's a twin, but Ripley owns, or her family owns, like a lavender farm. And her twin sister is an actress. And Ripley meets this guy named Banks at a bar, and then they almost hook up. But then Banks finds out that his company that he like owns, like a security company, that he got hired to be a bodyguard for Ripley's twin sister. I don't remember what her name was, but he thinks that's who he's going to be protecting. So then he stands her up, and then later on comes to find out that it wasn't her twin sister, it was her. And he ends up being her bodyguard because they're filming in a small town and they don't want people to confuse her with her sister, or just in case, that way she has protection. And then, they like fall in love and blah, blah, blah. It was very cute, very cutesy. A pretty quick read. I don't think it was very, very long. And the physical book, like I feel like the font was pretty big, so I don't think it took me that long to finish. And then after that, I read Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. That is my third Abby Jimenez book, I think. So good, so cute. I gave that one 4.5 stars. I don't remember if I read the synopsis before it, but a quick synopsis is the female main character is Samantha, and then the male main character is Xavier. I'm not really sure depending on how you say it. In my mind I was saying Xavier. And basically they meet. He's a vet. She tells him he's an asshole, and then comes back. He asks her out on a date. They go on a date, have a great night, and then there's a plot twist, I'm not going to say, but she ends up having to leave. She's moving to California, and she knew this before going on this date. At the time, they lived in Minnesota, and then she's moving to California. She already knew this before she got on the date, but the date was great, and it's basically kind of like about the relationship, because I didn't realize, I was like, oh, they're like getting together so quickly in this. I was like, what's happening? And then it was so good. I love Abby Jimenez. I gave that book 4.5 stars. I thought it was so good, and she just never steers me wrong. So I'm excited to read more of her. And then at the moment, I'm currently reading Second Chance Romance, and I'm currently only on page 42. I started this yesterday, and I only got like 30 pages in. I'll probably read like another 20-30 pages tonight. This is what I'm reading as like a physical book. And then on my like Kindle / like phone, I'm reading Wicked Fate by Jen L. Gray. It's the third book in the Rejected Mate series. So it's like shifters, wolves. Wolves are like shifters, werewolves are like my favorite fictional fantasy type of character. And I don't think I've read like a Rejected Mate series, but that's what this is. It's alright. It's like one of those, it's like, okay, each book is kind of like 3 stars. Like, I'm enjoying it, but it's not like my favorite. But I'm about a third of the way, or 25% of the way of the last book, so I just want to finish the series out, and then I'll move on to something else. Yeah, I've been talking for like 7 minutes, but those are the books that I'm currently reading, but I wanted to talk to you guys about something else, about how I'm psychotic, and so I have a reading log. I have kept track of how many pages I read and what I read every single day since November of last year. So for the past 7 to 8 months, I've kept track. And so I wanted to show you guys that. Don't mind the background of my room, but this is my log. I have not updated it since 5/2, so I'm very behind because it's currently June 9th. And I don't know when you guys are even going to be watching this. You can see here, I don't know why, but this just brings me so much peace. Like, I love doing this. And so here's every single day so far of the year. And then I break it down into month. That's not made. That's actually, I think I just copied that so I could copy the template. This is I just all made on my own, you guys. I just love Google Sheets. So April, so I have all of the pages and books that I read in April. I keep track of the pages that I read, so from what page to what page, the page count, my daily total. Some days there were not a lot, some days there were a lot. April, I feel like I did I read a lot? I think I did. Oh yeah, I finished 12 books in the month of April, and then my total pages read. And then so this page, it says down here 2026 weekly reading. This is just where I break it down each week. And then these are like my monthly. So this just kind of it's the same info, but just like displayed a little differently. So April, March, February, May I need to still do because I haven't input anything. January. So like it'll tell me how many books I finished and how many pages I read. And then I have the actual reading log for this is pretty much everything. So this is every single week combined, which this is a bit repetitive because this also is technically this page, but this I'm only keeping track of like weekly totals, where like this total one is kind of like everything all together, like a year as a whole. So this has how many pages I've read for like the whole entire year right here, and then how many books I finished. And I'm at like 50 something books, so this is definitely not updated. And then I have my 2026 books read. So these are all the books I read, the dates I read them, so when I started and finished it, and then my rating, and then what type of book it was. So ebook, physical, audio. As you can see, I've read a lot of ebooks this year. The physical has gone up thanks to the library, and audio, this is like solely audio. It's just been one. I have done some immersive reading, but I kind of count that more as ebook because a lot of the times like I'll start to immersive read and then I end up just actually like reading it on my own. And then I keep track of audiobooks, which I've only read one, so that's why there's only one there. And then over here is like my 2025 stuff. And then the way I keep track of this, because clearly this is not updated, is I keep it all in my notes app. So every single day that I read, I will log what book I'm reading and how many pages I've read. So I have a lot to update, but I like have cleared this out. So the top one up here is 322. So I input all that. So I kind of delete like normally once the month is over just in case anything happens. So I'm going to update my May reading right now. I just want to show that because I feel like if you're a tracker like me, like I love to keep track of things, you might appreciate that. So, and this is just my like little nerd out type thing that I like to do. So I'm going to do that for the rest of the night, and then I'll read some more of this, and I'll read more of Wicked Fate. And yeah, I think I'm going to end the vlog here though, because I feel like this vlog is long enough and it's been a few weeks. I do plan on returning the books. I have one more book left from the library, which is Sounds Like Love. And I think these library books are due next week, but I don't know if I'll be able to finish them in time before they're due. Well, I'll for sure finish this one, but the other one, just because it's for the library in LA, so I have to give them to my boyfriend to like return them for me. And like with the way that the dates are lining up with like who's going who during what weekend, like who's going where during what weekend, I don't think I'll be able to make it to LA or give them to him in time to turn them in for me on time. So I think that this weekend when I go to LA to see him, we'll just return all the ones that I have already. And then we'll start back up when I come back from the Philippines, because I'm going to leave for 3 weeks and I'm not going to be taking any physical books with me, so I don't want to check anything off in the library. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this bookish vlog. I did have fun filming it. If you want to see more, or if you're into reading, please subscribe so you can stay tuned for more. I do want to do more bookish and like reading content, as well as like a lot of other stuff. I read, I crochet, I have a lot of hobbies. I diamond paint, I do stickers, I color, I do a million different things that I don't show you guys on here, and I feel like I should. I just wanted to end the vlog out. Please don't forget to comment, thumbs up, and subscribe, and I will love you forever, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!